Welcome to another edition of the Over-Under Game. I'm Jared Johnson, and for those unfamiliar with this feature, it's over-under questions posed by our longtime friend and subscriber on Inside the Red Raiders, Jaw Burrs. He normally asks these questions within the mailbag questions thread, but during the season, we get so many questions. We like to split this up. The over-under questions feature is definitely worthy of its own video. So, with that, I want to dive into this week's edition of the over-under questions from Jaw Burrs. First one is Texas Tech over-under 275 passing yards. I want to go under. I can see like 250, but I think they're going to try and focus on the running game. I think that's where you have to do is you have to attack this three-man front for Iowa State. You have to make them kind of have the safety come up more in run support, less sitting back in their coverages, and so you can take advantage of some play action. So I expect Tech to run more than pass, or attempt to run more than pass against Iowa State, and that'll go a long way towards determining basically how much success Tech is going to have on offense on Saturday. So speaking of that, Texas Tech with 155 yards rushing. I'm going to go over, but not by much. I don't think they're going to have a lot of success. They're going to have to stay patient with it. They're going to have to keep going, keep hitting the run, even if it's not gaining a lot initially. But I do think they will have, perhaps in the second half, as long as it's still somewhat close, and they're able to be patient with the running game, I think they will have some success with it. Just based on alignment and what Tech does. Tech has a pretty good stable of backs. You have Xavier White going over 100 yards. Last week, Sirajik Thompson has gone over 100 yards, in the two previous games. Then I like Taj Brooks, the freshman, if he gets a chance, and Chadarius Townsend has also been good in the limited time we've seen him. So I like all those guys. You saw them get some things going in the running game against Kansas State last week. So I'm going over, not by a whole lot, but I do think over on 155 yards rushing for Texas Tech. All right, over-under Iowa State 325 yards passing. I'm going to go under. Now, look, I know that may sound crazy because Texas secondary has struggled mightily, but really that hasn't been what Iowa State has. I mean, I can see Iowa State going for 300 yards passing, especially hitting those tight ends they have. But Purdy has just been fair. I mean, really, that's the one thing they need to come on is like he hasn't been all that accurate. I think he's only thrown for a couple touchdowns. So I like Purdy. I think he's a really good player, but that hasn't been the strength of their team so far, even though that is a weakness for Texas Tech. The strength has been Iowa State's defense, of course, and the running game, which leads me to my next questions. Iowa State with 190 yards rushing. That's a good question because Tech's actually been pretty good against the run. At least not terrible. 190 yards is a lot. I'm going to go under, but not by much. I can see them throwing for 300 yards and rushing for 175, 180, but I don't think they're going to go over 190. So that's where I see those. All right, Iowa State forces 2 Tech turnovers. I'm going to go over. Unfortunately, that's been really a sore spot for the Red Raiders, especially early on in the season. The first 2 games, they turn the ball over a lot. Iowa State does a really good job of tricking quarterbacks. Alan Bowman, last time he played in Ames, I think he threw 2 interceptions and fumbled. So if he plays, then he's always turnover prone. But then again, if it's Colombi, I like Colombi. I like what we saw from him in the first game, or in his first game of action against Kansas State. But again, if it's his first start, or if he plays a lot, Iowa State there is a tough place to get that experience. I mean, it's considered one of the most innovative defenses in college football right now. So it's gonna be a tough task. I think Tech turns the ball over more than twice. All right, next one is Texas Tech scores 24 points. No, I actually see Tech scoring about 20. I see Iowa State. There's several prediction threads, and I made my Big 12 picks as well. There's a video for that, but I have Iowa State winning pretty handily, 38-20. So I don't see Tech scoring more than 24 points against this Iowa State defense. Next question is Xavier White with 10 carries. That is a really good question. I'm going to go under. I think he gets 5 to 8, but I still think they're going to hit Sir Roderick. They're going to feed Sir Roderick more than Xavier. And like I said, they have those other backs as well. So Xavier White got hot last week. I like him. I want to see more of Xavier White. But 10 carries is a lot. Maybe 10 touches if you consider, receptions. But I don't think he gets 10 carries. I think Sir Roderick gets the bulk of the load this week. And, like I said, I look for a good game from the Texas Tech running back. So with that, that's all the questions for the over-under game this week. I want to thank you for watching. And until next time.